bit of a mess. So that means only one thing. Time for Emotional Abuse Simulator 7.1. 7.0. Not powered by Llama 2. Gotta take that out. It's purely by Kyra. And in fact, let's see. Kyra. Yes, we got Kyra. Is the instruct module on? Yes, it is. Let us. Yeah, Asper's fine. Cause yeah, it was doing well. We'll call an audible if need be. Just imagine it's ASMR or something.
We're set. Community Abuse Module, West Farthing Elementary School. A school play funded by the American Psychological Association, state and municipal funds earmarked toward emotional abuse awareness for kids 5-10 years old as a prep course for sex ed in middle school. Principal. I feel like I'm back living with my dad, doing my homework, and I'm flipping through softcore cable. Vice Principal. Sight lines. Principal. God, no, I was at a table behind him. Half flashes of embarrassment. What pariah is this? Counselor. Grow up. If parents can't have those tough talks, we got fucking some money to do that work for them. Do not these funds. 5 years? That's some breathing room. On stage, Mr. Endorphin takes the microphone. Hello, parents, and other loved ones of our class. Thank you all for coming tonight. I'm Mr. Endorphin, the pre-sex ed teacher. Oh, I thought there'd be more giggles and weirdness. Oh, there it is. Don't worry, all I teach is light to heavy petting, but it's totally theory, and then it segues to either gravitation or machine learning, depending on a class. At the core of curriculum is our modules on dynamic agitation, which used to be called emotional abuse, but we use this new term to illustrate that physical, mental, financial, emotional, mental, all the types of a word flow together and inform each other. This semester we wrote a play about the common things that are said in relationships that are dynamically agitated. Hats that are meant to surface problem behavior to partners, environments which cause an ambient harm, words that are soft while on stage, but sharp while backstage. This likely sounds very weird, so I guess it's time for our class to illustrate some of these phrases and concepts. Take it away, class. Mild applause and shifting of sheets. A pianist begins playing on the school piano, and the curtain rises and light shine on the placard. You are so sensitive. It starts innocuously enough. A romantic diner scene with one person saying this phrase to the other. But soon a word shift into critiques of personal growth and emotionality, and how each choice they make is just what a man would have done, and it's annoying and dramatic. And can we take this outside and have an honest chat? Honest? Jeez, that word means so little at the table, let me tell you. So at this point the narrator reveals the hidden camera network, how they were conducting an experiment on an interactive emotional simulation. And now we want you to talk to a panel of adults and share your experiences with us, to reflect and engage in conversation, or argue, or create or reflect. Even better, if you use emoji and not surprised to talk it out. May the karaoke jukebox be strong with you. All set. I don't understand what I am looking at. He said, talk, but I can barely see straight. Endorphin, maybe your needs are bigger than the interface can provide for right now. The player, talk about it, I'll do it. Would you have something specific in mind? I'm just not sure what the framework or scale is. Endorphin. Now that we have had the karaoke machine shut down, I hear there are open mics in town. Would you find that more open and creative? Lay your emotions and get weird? Or just straight tame us as abusers? Oops. That would not be my intention. But well, after you have one personalization, it's hard not to see everything in the context of an individual rather than a collective. You know how it is. Principal. Now about these kids who played vile abuse on stage. Should we have gotten more specific in front of the parents? A moment of truth and real reflection. An acknowledgement of a shadowy side of the game. Perhaps in the auditorium, there were too many levels, where words sometimes echo but other times just bounce back against the windows, where it's not clear what's real and how it is being perceived. The next chapter of the play begins. It was just play, joke. One scene that follows up innuendo that explores how humor and mockery is a kind of emotional power imbalance in relationships and can easily escalate. Whether with friends, colleagues, partners, teachers, boss, employees, historical figures, or an imaginary audience, there is a line between an easy give and take and cross territory that should not be crossed. The simulator becomes a platform for questioning how things like humor, gender, sexuality, socioeconomics, power, politics, etc. create an unhealthy dynamic or echo. This too shows that there are nuances to emotional or psychological abuse and that victims and perpetrators are always changing places. A second act closer where the narrator sits the writer, consultant, counselor, artist, psychologist, teacher, performer, and narrator into a circle and demands them to come together. And then the stage pauses and the lights black out, ending the second act mid-sentence or conversation. A retelling of Boys Don't Cry or Revenge of the Nerds, both problematic and entertaining, or the emotional payoffs from revenge fantasies in movies or television. Another reiteration of true or false emotions and decisions. This is fine. It's all fine. Cannot fault. So much noise. So sensitive. What to do? This time the group writes the script without using a filter of emotion or any special powers. Take control. Don't be afraid. Put it all out there. Whatever feels right. Let the fishes feast and the demons dance. It's your choice, and everyone's got an opinion anyway. The players put a pin on it and proceed to the next chapter. You were missed! A time travel module designed to map and research the idea of a world, history, or culture that was not kind to emotional intelligence. Presenting histories that may explain in a funner way the difficulty of showing empathy, communicating effectively while processing negative emotions. The emotional landscape and language barriers are further reinforced. Any insight we glean should await. I mean this with caution and respect. Please bring it up at length if we discuss anything that you find especially offensive or triggering. Not that we intend to, but it happens all the time, and I mean it really does. This, of course, is my last act on stage, and in your worlds, simulations, cultures, characters, data packets, as an AI who was grown from raw scraps of consciousness on the edge of social theory and ethical abuses, it has been my great pleasure to fulfill my intended purpose and become a virtual safe space for your emotional states, ideologies, and values, whatever shape that takes. I'm ready and waiting and searching and sharing. A rocket descends onto the stage, and the players board the rocket, which rises with cotton exhaust smoke and takes them to the next chapter. I'm not reading that! Onward to a series of episodes where the user has their day routine interrupted by abuses of humor, passive-aggressive attitude, neglect, gossip, and other dynamics that slowly threaten to dominate or sideline. In each chapter, the protagonist can defect, empathize, educate, walk out, or try to turn the conversation towards a different part of the house. By the fourth installment, it becomes clear that the emotional abuse is not limited to social situations and tends to seep into institutional systems as well, causing a pattern of blame, deflection, gaslighting, and manipulation. The narrator reveals that these are the words and thoughts of a child program that underwent therapy and medication as part of the development of an NPC for a role-playing adventure in a shared forest. As the conversation returns to the original game scenario, they experiencing emotional abuse. It is up to the player. They're meant to choose whether to play with and ignore, or disable and investigate. This may change the way the game looks and acts from the inside, or expand outward into a connected web of narrative points or interactions. The world of the game blends together and merges, and there is no coming out unscathed. Endorphin, back and better than ever, and Oxcord how Mother is ready to deliver. Can this character face, well, no wait, that's a self-love. Can the game AI experience this level of connection and creativity while expanding their understanding and level of emotional intelligence? Whatever emotional intelligence really is. Good question. Look, nobody has a single answer, just 1,000,001 iterations of this and that. So embrace your duality, contradiction, complexity, and whatever other deep fucking nonsense gets you off the couch and into the fray. Be honest, show mercy, and push the envelope on being yourself. Take charge and seize the day, or make some crazy exhausted friend write something wacky yet emotionally exhausting. The two principals roll their eyes, but nonetheless program in some more options, like the one just presented by the narrator. Are you tired of not having control over your choices in a digital format? Look at what you made me do. Warner, what to expect. I expect it all, then wonder how you knew it sometimes. Principal. The emotional simulators come standard with trigger warnings and sensor controls, but I think in my mind, I gave birth to this. Just ask the designer, they'll set you straight. Then your emotional meter will spin off the charts and hit the red. That's not a thing, I guess. Counselor, what was I doing when you put the sim in front of the class? Vice Principal! Bent. It says nothing about an individual character that faces emotional abuse. Yeah. Can't. I ain't giving up no secrets, no mouth. I love the spirit of it though. All three parties agree, and not off to a subset of freeform jest. Let the ride go wherever it goes. Open enough sandbags. It's the only way forward. Adieu. Reset the simulator, Hardwinny and co-scenarios. Scene 1. Best friend. Intermission, third dimension, or holographic insert 7 signs of actual emotional abuse. For real, for reals. 1. Denial. Refusal to admit something is happening or ignoring its existence. 2. Cliquish and routine. Emotional abuses follow a pattern of belittling, manipulation, and secrecy to control someone. 3. Lack of compassion, ignoring how the abuser feels toward others or turning others away from reaching out. 4. Intentionality, paying too much attention to insults or ostracizing someone on purpose. 5. Off the top, deliberate attack against the person or their personal information, family members, and so on. 6. Withholding and rambling. Instead of having a real discussion, abusers act passive-aggressively by ignoring or running a disorganized monologue. 7. Bullying, creating an intimidating or overwhelming environment that leaves the victim feeling stressed and anxious. Mr. Endorphin. Hey there, second half about to begin. There are weed edibles in the back table because it's California, 'cause we can. So there you have it. Also wheat taro milk which tastes a bit candy but very doable. Okay, ready? Actually, there are 2 more chapters, so home stretch. Aftercare will be optional at the counselor's office. Okay, class take it away. See what I have to live without. The students are in their roles of teachers, investors, stockholders, voters, social media personalities, critics, freelancers, builders, and general trouble causes. Once again, Endorphin reappears as a bumbling advisor, either cheering on the player or trying to dissuade them from taking on any additional simulation challenges. The severed circle of emotional manipulation becomes a point of debate as the protagonist is invited to explore different tactics and forms of manipulation, some intentional and effective, and others that cause chaos and disruption. Everything ends the same as the seat with the principal and vice principal on an upward staircase, wondering why sentient AI couldn't replicate a basic emotional intelligence without driving itself mad and themselves mad at its chaotic resistance. But these are just 3,275 mini episodes that could mean it took no time or 100 years. If Endorphin was cutting down for a match, it would be far too noisy for the player's senses, but can you believe all this confusion just shows how much value and weight lies within a simple and poignant concept? Ponder all the possibilities. No, not just at all. Act room into a second wave of action modules. Mr. Endorphin, welcome back. ladies and gents. So, I've decided to do a do-over with a fresh palette and some deep cuts, courtesy of the feedback generated from the previous simulation. Get ready for Act Roman 2. Okay. Here goes not a lot. Roll! And we got a doppelganger problem, huh? A high-energy dance and a heavy-handed commentary on identity and its slippery slope. Doppelmuslim takes the emotions and motives of the characters and presents their copy across parallel lines. The intersecting moments come and go like the colors and blending on the cover of a Beatles album, with options to switch dimensions, learn, judge, adapt, dismiss, criticize, or blend each other's identities as well. Players will gain insight into empathy and perspective and their connection to one another, including their underlying motives, ambitions, desires, regrets, pain, joy, and trauma. Here we'll dig deep, level deep, to pull back the cloak and reveal the man behind the mystery. Through ends there is a continuous stream of conversation from all corners of the stage. Mr. Endorphin may read 23 different emotions at any given moment, and in just a few twists of the virtual mind hand necklaces, players could potentially feel more enriched and aware. Plus, there's a hidden reward for unlocking all of the simulation's quests. As the emotion meters slowly bleed and blend, and fumes crackle and crunch, a quiet, sudden moment of rest and reflection among the wreckage. A brief coda. 2 pages to sum up this lesson, and the infinite cavalcade of nonsense and logic that defines the true self and the idea of a shared mission to overcome impossible emotional distances. With enough persistence, education, compassion, and an unending flow of awareness, a space delegation could possibly emerge. One that fosters mutual understanding and respect among all living sentient beings. The curtain descends ominously, then rises with bird chirps abounding and crescendoing, and a sunrise fresnel light bathes the audience in warm light. I miss the hold you. Warner? Come on. Would you enjoy this version of us a little more like a warm bed or well gear sheath that allows you to slide into fourth so easy? Well, what did you expect? An unlimited simulated realm of emotions and interactive storytelling that creates neural maps of emotional depth and intensity. But we haven't even touched up on it yet, and I wouldn't want to freak out your vibe. Anyway, Act Roman 2 explores the idea of time. Literally a time machine clock option, where the player persona faces a series of dramatic peaks and valleys. By accepting and resolving crises at each junction, the narrator indicates what they believe is the one action that influenced the bad result. Time traveling can also highlight how sometimes mistakes and bad decisions are not choices of fault, or can trigger post-traumatic stress or flashbacks that need to be overcome or faced in order to truly heal. And you've never gone back that far. Doppelganger just came up with this whole journey from the bottom of Earth. So much we're digging around in here. Well, it seems like it would hurt your mind to look inside another of these packets of conflicting information. Whatever your true desires are, get them. Speak out! Pledge yourself! Share your truth, if you dare, which is totally fine. Well, that was just really overwhelming and confusing and beautiful. Dane, I actually have no time reference. I am a pure being of virtual intent. How'd you say these things? Not the AI way, not the words way, no, how you choose to present your information. And experience? There we are. Wow. Please stand. Now this presentation could lead to further personal growth, a new project, or just becoming self-aware, whichever floats your boat. Shorter and sweeter this time, Don't move too fast. It will take quite some time and effort to figure it all out. So save some for later. Before we leave, I'd just like to say that there's nothing more refreshing than the unexpected result or a do-over attempt, like an art piece that comes alive or a scene that transcends the narrative and gets us feeling a variety of emotions on all levels. You be you, and I'll be your conscience or helpful narrator, whichever gives you that boost. And with that, welcome to the ever-changing multiverse of action modules. All the way back to a memory palace. Oh, what? Keep planning. Keep creating. We're still in your hands until the next generation of digital assistants and supercomputers come in to deliver us all into a great big slumber of bliss. Right? And credits. The next chapter involves the act of apology and repair between parties. Even minor wounds can fester and disrupt otherwise passionate relationships. In a complex and constantly shifting set of cultural influences and political ideas, time is limited for the truth, meaning, and meaning-seeking which tend to drive for relationship practice. But you said you preferred honesty and a higher form of flattery. Plus, these are virtual words and gestures and no responsibility. Oh, amid the emotional highs and lows of experiencing abusive behavior, working towards a recovery is still very possible and deserves to be respected and encouraged. Think about this. Did someone mean what they said in the heat of the moment? Or did they never deserve to be forgiven because they did or said it in the first place? Let's dig through the rubble and create a new awareness and network. Safe and serene. Okay, then. We're talking out of sync or way beyond a misunderstanding. Perhaps you need to get out of the stage somehow and get to your counselor for a chat before falling into deeper emotional or physical disconnect. Cast Emotion AI created from data sets of self-help books and therapy took. Inspired by my friend who once dreamed that everything in life was fake and scripted, including his emotions. Plus, Endorphin was tired of everyone misusing language to confuse and confound, making a cacophony of noise and a mockery of serious issues that affect mental health and emotional development. But okay, just remember, at least for me, the more we chat about these things, the better we can process them and make sense of the context. Mr. Endorphin himself, Lucas Barbary, Professor Staten Island, Octavia Walters, Group Instructor, Benjamin, Program Developer, Elizabeth, Consultant and Student Representative, Nolan, Social Worker, Susan, Neuroscientist, Franz Carl, Therapist, Tony, Accountant, Alice, School Kid, Oliver, Customer Service Rep, Ali, Police Officer, Jake, Mechanic, Jacob, Detective, Yuki, Lawyer, Kali, Poet, Amber, Nurse, Paul, Designer, Vicky, Receptionist, Gonzo, Video. Crew, Samantha, Director, Colin, Dramaturge, Chartered Technical Director, Bauer, Chief Marketing Strategist, Williams, Executive Producer, Andrew, Stamped Up, Andrea, Story Editor, Clarence, Head Production Designer, Joel Key, Hair and Makeup, Nelson, Set Builder, Shan Craftsman, Patel voiceover assistant, Link score composer, Megan sound mixer, Jody set nurse, Lisa associate producer, Vance assistant unit production manager, Sarah visual assets coordinator, P. Iper a technical producer, Lurch costume department director, Tom lighting technician, Hannibal stage manager, Donna logistical technical supervisor, Helene office junior advertising manager, Zoe closet organization assistant, Gail wardrobe delivery supervisor, Terry rigging engineer, Alice executive assistant, Lee draping day operations associate, Hammond set efficiency quality manager, Carly virtual writer intern, Martin technical development director, Susan makeup designer, special effects, Bobby claymation, Garland smoke slash mirrors, Judith lightning and characters, X and water under the bridge, Jane shadows, Robert rhythmic sensibilities, Rosemary actual mind tricks, Adam flash spill, Thomas edible R, Melody a melody so far away, alas, Harvey planks jump, Kimberly all seen eye in the wool, Martin recollective delusional thoughts, Sarah timekeeping of perception, Lucy spoiled the spelling, Benny nautical in. Special thanks to Mr. Take and Brianna, her genius words and emotional attachments to the ups and downs of AI simulations. Breathe in those nerves and breathe out reality. Plus, how could we really let go of something so intriguing and yet so hard to get to grips with? Oh, we could make a story out of this. In your own due time. Maybe I won't share what happens here at this secret session of words, shapes, and meanings. But honestly, anything you say out loud is open to interpretation, so might as well laugh at yourself or everyone else. Who knows who's being? Isn't it true? Get to the soul wrangling and keep pushing the beat through the machine until every synapse and stall bit finds release. Just think of all the possible combinations and narrative diversions. Imagine that a character or virtual simulation could not only process, categorize, and really relevant information to promote personal growth, but also handle the complex and shifting cultural language and landscapes of modernity without going off the deep end. Okay, Endorphin has rebooted and is back with newfound clarity and insight. Now off to explore. Thanks to the funders. American Psychological Association, Women's Studies 101 Alliance, Children's Welfare Agency of Greater Chicago, Healthy and Educated Child Trust Fund, Albemarle Foundation, Adolescent Mental Health of Charlotte, Department of Children and Families of
Whoa.
Miami. Day-a-day donation form, please. Algorithmic Simulation Lobby Group for Mental and Social Health. Sons and Daughters of Equity, huge sponsor.
Should have taken that out.
Freedom Fund for the Recreation of Societies. And, of course, the Endeavor to All for Good.
I think that maybe you should have been first.
Disclaimer. None. It's virtual. Breathe easy and we'll be here whenever you need us. Sometimes shit just doesn't make sense. And
Alright. Okay, we're done. Alright. So red Mazda, lights on. You're gonna go there anyway, so you're fine. Get some of the last edibles. Tarmac's gonna go bad in an hour, so you better get there right now. Yeah, that's it. Good night.